Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your weekly reading for June 10th to the 16th. This is for Pisces and Pisces rising, and we're going to jump right into it, Pisces. What a week. This is a week where we're here with the squares, okay? As I mentioned in your last week's reading, we're approaching all these squares that are a little bit challenging, okay? And they're pushing you. You could feel a little bit of pressure. And when I say pushing you to grow and to thrive and to expand. So you want to use these to your advantage as much as you can instead of making them feel, they can be a little bit controlling, especially the first one, okay? The first one on June 11th, that would be Tuesday when Mars squares Pluto. These are two very powerful planets, and they have this, air of just like, I really want to control things, and I'm gonna definitely, stick out my foot. I want to trip up anybody. Mars squaring Pluto. This is not only are they the two of the most powerful planets. When you see them in a square like this, you see their more aggressive side. So Mars, the god of, the planet of war and conflict. And then you have Pluto, which is destruction. And, there's that intensity with Pluto. So this is a day where you could feel a bit of a squeeze, all right? You could feel a bit of a squeeze. I would be very mindful about the way that you communicate. There could be some communication circumstances around this time. And it's only because, Mars is in Taurus, and Mars will be in Taurus for the rest of the month. And it's squaring Pluto in Aquarius in your 12th house, Mars in Taurus in your 3rd house of communication. So there could really be something here. It is something with travel as well that could be a little bit like, even for you with Pluto being in Aquarius in your 12th house, there could be something here on a very deep subconscious level for you that just maybe there's something that is pushing you to, face something that you really need to face around this time. But, just be very mindful around this day. It is Mars and Pluto, when they square, they're come at me broing, okay? They're come at me broing, and they really, really want to, cause a little bit of, Dennis the Menace action. So just be very diplomatic and, handle things with grace. You could feel this for a few days. The other thing is Mars, with Mars at play here, Mars is physical energy as well. So this is not a day to try to lift, 400 refrigerators. This is not a day. I want you to not do anything that's going to overextend yourself. Do something in a physical manner that could be just really draining, because this type of square can be really draining, okay? But I want to remind you that you control your energy. You control your reality. So just remember, you could feel a little bit of squeeze around this time. And with the fact that it is Mars squaring Pluto, any of these squares, this is for the collective, okay? This is for the collective. So it also could be you. There could be a part of you that just gets all, you want to go all Godzilla, Bridezilla, whatever it is. Just remember, be graceful, handle this with grace, and know that this is something with these squares. Again, they're asking you to, not only grow, but like learn from something that happens from this. Okay, now we move immediately into Wednesday when we have another square on June 12th, Mercury squaring Saturn. Now, Saturn, as you know, is in your sign. So again, you may be going through a big transformation at this time with these squares, okay? You could be seeing things in a different way. There could be a part of you that you want to change. There could be a part of you that something about your identity that you really want to spend some time thinking about, or you may find yourself thinking about that, because Mercury not only is communication, it is like logic, it's thinking, it's processing things. Now, Mercury squaring Saturn, Mercury being the planet of communication, and Saturn, which is the, authority, the, planet of hard knocks and, life lessons and whatnot. This is a day where just imagine, a coach telling you, listen, Lisa, I'm gonna sit you out and I'm benching you. All right. I'm benching you right now. And so with that, with any of these squares, you don't want to be reactive. You want to be responsive. Okay. So again, just be very mindful of this day. Be also very observant, like while you're sitting on the bench, just observe things. Just be aware in the moment. All right, that's going to serve you well. The other thing is, I do not want you to be hard on yourself with Mercury squaring Saturn. This is something where you could be over analyzing things, and just don't be hard on yourself, especially with Saturn being in your sign. But again, with these Saturn squares, Saturn is also structure, so there could be a sense of you thinking about restructuring your life in some way. There's going to be things brought to the table around this time. It definitely could be like a testing day, but remember, just be very diplomatic, be the best, better person in a situation. Should anyone say something to you, or there could be a lot of like criticism and critiques around Mercury square Saturns. So just be mindful about this, about how you respond. All right. For an example, I did receive an email. I've been saying this in the other signs. I did receive an email from a colleague that was very passive aggressive. They were definitely fishing for like I gotcha. And I responded, thank you so much. And that was it. Okay. I didn't fall into that bear trap, nipped in the bud. You don't need to drag the things out. So, remember, just be mindful around these times. Now, on Friday, June 14th, we do have the Sun conjuncting Mercury. Absolutely amazing. I love this aspect. This is a good one. Mercury Cazimi. This is a total refresh of the mind. This is a complete refresh of the mind. Remember, Cazimi is when the planet is in the heart of the sun. So think about that alignment. This is going to feel, that just brings a lot of clarity. A lot of brilliant ideas could come around this time, especially with, problem solving as well. Now, with this Mercury Cazimi, with the Sun conjuncting Mercury, remember, is in its domicile in Gemini, along with 3 other planets. So we have a super stellium this week with the Sun, Venus, Jupiter, and Mercury all in Gemini in your 4th house. Okay, so your domestic sector, there could be something here with family, with children, with parents, with home, with real estate, with your significant other, things where you just see things in a different way. Okay, so I really, really, really love this. It's also a really good time for writing, researching, even like maybe even planning a trip, like a short distance trip, just to get away for the weekend, maybe going up to the Catskills, whatever it is. Now, Sunday, this is going to be very interesting. Venus and Mercury squaring Neptune. Now, this is actually a bigger deal than it looks like on paper. Okay. And I'm going to get into it with you, but I just want you to know this weekend, with on Sunday, okay, with Mercury and Venus squaring Neptune. Remember, Neptune is also in your sign. Neptune is your ruler. Okay. Neptune is in its domicile and has been in your sign since 2011. Now, this Sunday, this is all about seeing the truth. Okay. No matter the veil, no matter the fog, this is cutting through that fog, cutting through the veil to see your truth and hold on to your truth and know your truth. And, the reason I say that is because Neptune is spirituality. It is intuition. It is compassion. All right. It is imagination as well. Now, when Neptune is in these squares, it really could be something where, again, you see that other side of Neptune where it is illusion and delusion and confusion. Okay. And escapism. Escapism's a big thing. So it could feel like around this time, and it is Venus and Mercury. So again, it could be communication related, it could be relationship related, money related, but there is something here that is asking you to use your intuition, to really trust your intuition, be in touch with your higher self, your higher mind, listen to your inner voice, and that's going to make all the difference. Okay. Know your truths. All right. Around this time. And also like have a foot on the ground, maybe on this day you want to have 2 feet on the ground because, again, these squares, they're pushing you. All right. They're pushing you. And again, Neptune is pushing you into that escapism part. All right. So this is the time where when I say face your truths, it's all about facing your truth and not running from anything that that you have to face. Okay. It's really time to sort things out. It is because June is the month. Once we leave June, things get slower and slower and slower. We move into those retrogrades and more retrogrades. So you want to take advantage of this now, especially because Neptune is in your sign. That escapism part is a big thing too. Really, really try not to, don't have any, bye Felicia moments. Don't, put up your stores closed, gone fishing sign when you're literally inside your store scrolling through TikTok like for hours. No, any big conversations you need to have, any realities that do you know what I mean? Like, this is the time, okay? This would be the time. Now, the reason why this is a bigger deal than you would think is because I just feel like not a lot of people have talked about this. Neptune is at 29 degrees. Neptune is at 29 degrees, a critical degree, the anaretic degree, there's 30 degrees. Now, without going, too esoteric about this, Neptune moved into your sign, Pisces, in 2011, and it's about to leave. Neptune spends 13, 14 years in a sign, okay? And so the 29th degree, it really is like this graduation. It's this, it's a toast. It's you having this karmic moment of learning everything, that you have learned spiritually, all right? Since 2011, you've probably become a lot more spiritual, a lot more intuitive, a lot more compassionate. You've really tapped into all that, Neptune and Pisces energy. It was in your sign. And so it could have really elevated a lot of that within you. Neptune also represents, dreams. I think I said imagination and intuition, but it is the subconscious, okay? Hidden things. It's, the metaphysical. It's like all of that, just really, really embracing that, and now using it, okay? Using it for the better good for yourself. And the reason I say that, the 29th degree, Neptune will be in Pisces, in your sign, at 29 degrees until September. Remember, Neptune's a slow-moving planet, okay? And so that's a long time for a planet to be at 29 degrees. It's going to waddle back. In 2025, it's going to move into Aries for a little bit. It's going to come back into your sign. And then 2026, it officially moves into Aries, okay? But before it does, it goes back to 29 degrees. And that's going to be around February. There's going to be a major conjunction there, okay? And we'll talk about that in 2026, but that is the full blowout. That's the full closeout. Right now, Neptune is saying, before we get there, I'm at 29 degrees. This is the time for you to use everything that you've learned from 2011 to surrender the things you no longer need. Surrender everything that you've learned using your intuition, using your spirituality to anything that's no longer serving you well, okay? Because you don't want to take any of that into this next cycle that Neptune is about to move into. All right. So really, really keep this in mind. The other really crazy thing about this is that, Neptune and Pisces, I mean, it's everything beyond the physical plane. All right. So really, really that deep, spirituality there. But it's in a sign for 13, 14 years. It takes about 165 years to make a complete orbit, okay? A full cycle, all right, through the zodiac wheel. So that makes you, so think about when Neptune moved into your sign, Pisces, in 2011, all right? Now go back 165 years from that. That would take us to 1846, all right? Guess what happened in 1846, Pisces? Well, Neptune was discovered in the modern world. And so therefore, Neptune, it's completing its full cycle for the first time ever. And so Neptune at 29 degrees also feels like a celebration before it moves again into its next cycle. This is the very first cycle it's ever gone through every single sign in the zodiac. So this is a bigger deal and you're going to definitely feel it a lot until September. You're going to feel a lot until September when Neptune goes retrograde at the same time Saturn goes retrograde. It really is going to be a thing, but it really is, since 2011, you could have been, like I said, a lot more spiritually active, engaged, moved. You could have gotten Tibetan healing bowls. You could have started listening to music over 400 hertz. You could have been a lot more into divination, but all of that, apply it now, because it really is, Neptune will have those moments of pushing you into that escapism part. And you want to just, not fall into that and just be, trusting of your intuition. You know what it is? It's a classic story of someone who doesn't believe, doesn't think they're good enough, right? And then they have that moment, that really profound moment of self-belief, okay? Really, really believing in themselves. And then after that, they, win the game, or they get the girl, or they get the boy, or they, beat the bad guy, or they, reunite with their lover, making pottery as a ghost, whatever it is. Pisces, whatever it is, just remember what I said, that this is going to be a time where you're going to feel a lot more spiritually active, and I want you to hold on to that energy, okay? The other thing is, over the weekend, we do have Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, all y'all fathers out there, and Moon in Libra over the weekend, all right? All weekend long. That's going to be really, really nice. Very, very sweet, so there could be some moments like with partnerships around that area. There could be a lot of money stuff happening for you, by the way. Moon in Libra is your 8th house, rules your 8th house. That is, money, investments, inheritance, bonuses, commissions, loans, things like that. But through partnership, there's something here related with other people, but it is really sweet. Okay. And so let's get to it. Pisces, let's see what's going on for you. All right. For June 10th to the 16th. Again, this is for Pisces rising, Pisces moon. If you want to read for any other placements in your chart, you're absolutely welcome to and take a peek. If you're looking at your chart, see where Neptune is. Okay. See where Neptune is and how you can apply your spirituality there and all your intuition there. Again, y'all, I mean, like, Neptune is your ruling planet. So Pisces, let's get to it. Let's see what's going on for you for June 10th to the 16th. All right. Pisces, wow. I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. It really does offer the best overview. And if we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will, Pisces. The other thing I was going to say is, don't forget, even though we had these squares this week, oh my goodness, last week, we had Venus conjuncting the Sun. Absolutely amazing. We had Jupiter trine Pluto. We had that, one of the best new moons, a new moon in Gemini, one of the best new moons of the year. So you're still feeling all those energies too. Okay. Remember that those are strong, powerful aspects. Really, really powerful. Okay. Let's see what's going on for you. Pisces, look at you. Okay. So it looks like a lot of y'all really, really need to let go of some things that, it's almost like there's this like, is it a trap door? It's like a trap door, and it feels like this cycle, and you've got to and it may happen over and over again, but it feels like, this time, shine your flashlight at the floors, and then you'll see it, and you got that big bright light. You're going to be fine, but you are absolutely good. Okay. You're absolutely good. We're going to talk about that in a second. Now, you got the Knight of Pentacles, which is really great. I'm not surprised. It's so funny. The Knight of Pentacles has shown up a lot. All right. And that's because with Saturn, remember, Saturn is a planet of structure. All right. With all these squares, people are seeking that, like that more structure in their life. And then, with Pluto being very active, just a lot of money matters could be a thing, especially for y'all too, because remember, your North Node is still in Aries all year long, right? Your second house of money, income, salary, but then your South Node is in your 8th house. You have the Moon in Libra as well in your 8th house this weekend. So there could be money matters on your mind, especially if it's other people's money in to some degree. But in any case, you have the Knight of Pentacles, which is really great. And so, I mean, looking at this, there really could be something with partnerships here. There could be something with partnerships. There could be something with money, like joining, doing something with something else, like a company even, or a group, or colleagues, family as well. Just something with partnerships that is pivotal in terms of like money, making money, or something with finances. Okay. But either way, it's really great to see the Knight of Pentacles, because this is someone who is very diligent, very just devoted, all right, to his work, to making sure that, he's in it for the long haul, that there is this commitment energy involved moving forward. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Okay? It doesn't matter how long it takes. He'll take his time. Okay. He's planted seeds, reaping his reward. So a lot of y'all could have entered this, new phase in your life where there is this sense of like, I'm putting a lot of structure into this now, because this is something that I really value, and this is something that is worth moving toward. Okay, is my path, and it is taking action too. That's what Knights do. Now, you also have the 8 of Pentacles and the heart of your spread. All right, so this is really great, because it seems like this week you will be laser focused. You will be very just eyes on the prize, head in the game. No distractions. All right, really, really working hard to get to your finish line, to reach your legacy, all right? To reach your legacy, to make everything count. And you even see him, he's removed himself from the village here, working on the pentacles, not being distracted, really going for the gold. This is really great. This is absolutely amazing. Now, the other thing is, Eight of Pentacles is actually attributed to Sun in Virgo, whereas Knight of Pentacles is also Virgo. Virgo rules your 7th house of partnerships and relationships, okay? That's good. It's very interesting what's happening here. Very interesting what's happening here. And by 2025, next year, the North Node, South Node move into, your sign and Virgo. We'll talk about that in 2025. So you're going to have a huge shift for 2025. But yeah, the Virgo represents your, house of partnerships and relationships. So there could be like this sense of building this security there, or building this like commitment there. All right. This commitment energy, in terms of that. And that can be work, career, that can be love, romance, but there is definitely something that you're in it to win it for the long haul. A lot of, and for y'all, a lot of work. All right. Really being devoted. There could be something this week that you're just like extra laser focused on something work wise, or even just your passions. Really, really, you're at the home stretch, and you're in it to win it, to get to the end. Now, the Emperor in your challenge area, very interesting. The Emperor showed up. Don't listen. Two things here. One, there could be remember with these squares, especially with Mercury squaring Saturn, you got Mars squaring Pluto. Like that is some, energy that can be where people are a little like, there's a lot of ego going around. All right. A lot of ego going around, a lot of bossy energy as well. And you have the Emperor in your challenge area. So there could be someone that you just don't see eye to eye with. All right. So this week, pay attention to that. Remember, even if this person gets really under your skin, exfoliate with your amazing Pisces self, and you're bulletproof, and you're like, you know what, this isn't worth I'm just going to be very graceful in this conversation, and I know that I'm going to do everything on this karmic level and let karma work its magic, because I'm not going to fall to that level. All right. With the Emperor here, because he is someone that is very, very, very powerful. And remember, Saturn is the authority, so there could be an authority figure that maybe a boss or whatnot, that or he is the dad of tarot, right? Like the father. He's it could be like a father figure, parental figure as well. But just remember, just see eye to eye with all these squares, turn them into triangles. All right, have that compromise. Now you have the Queen of Wands in your crown. This is really amazing. Absolutely love it. There is a sense of just you're moving forward. You're loving it. You're loving moving forward. There could honestly be there is possibly some, well, you know what you want. There's a sense of knowing what you want here, and doing everything to get there, and just radiating to the point where you attract it. I mean, the law of attraction. If you don't, like gratitude, how so really, really attract that. Now vibrate at a really high frequency. Okay, really, really put that energy out there. Energy attracts energy. Even your fellow Einstein, fellow Pisces said match the frequency of the reality you want. You can't help but get that reality. So there you go, because she has the power to attract whatever she wants. She's the Queen of Wands. She's the most popular queen, the most charismatic queen. She's very regal, look at her. She's got the sunflower in her hand that, it attracts everything, this abundance. It has the full powers of the sun. You even see the sunflower in her throne, to all of them in her throne. Those sunflowers actually exist in the sun card. Therefore, she does have the powers of the sun, which is optimism, it's abundance, it's opportunities. And so, keep going. This is really great. I absolutely love that fact that you got the Queen of Wands in your crown, because you are seeking to attract all the things that you want this week. And it seems like it's going to be, I wouldn't say effortless, but you're going to put a lot of effort into it. And the reason why I wouldn't say effortless is because you got the Devil, because now there is something we know that you've got to, all right, just kick to the curb, hit the road, Jack. If I remember correctly, Last week. All right. So now it's in the Riddier spread. So one thing I want you to know is that a message that's coming through is like, fear is fiction, all right? It's something that we create in our head. So if you are fearing something about your future and staying stuck in a situation where there is some pessimistic thinking or not feeling that you are good enough, that's just you creating these, this fiction of fear in your head. Remember, you can have whatever you want. You have to, put your energy out there. You have to put your energy out there and really raise your frequency. Now, with the devil, very interesting here because it seems like there is something that this week you may still feel a little stuck in that area. And again, remember with these squares, especially Mars squaring Pluto, it can be a little draining. It's an energy vampire right here. All right. So there could be something that you are very, very aware of that you need to surrender. All right. Surrender. And sure, it could be partnership or relationship. And, I'm not saying that you need to break up with someone or things like that. It could be an aspect of a relationship. It can be, something within that relationship that doesn't feel right, but at least acknowledge it. All right. Acknowledge it. You see the two people from the Lover's card, all right. Chain to the devil here. All right. So the chains are loose. They can break free anytime they want to. So that may be the big thing for you this week. And as I said, with Neptune, with all these squares in your sign, Saturn in your sign, with all these squares, it's going to be a lot of your choices, the choices you make. Everything is a choice. Courage is a choice. Courage to walk away is a choice. So it's your choice and you have to make that choice. Like, is this something that I can surrender and not bring into this next cycle with me? All right. The devil represents pessimistic thinking, codependency, vices, addictions, bad behaviors, everything that you think that the devil would represent. So just keep that in mind. But once you do, you got 3 of Wands in your future. And so that's why when you look across your cross, that's that feel good energy. That's like when that's a symphony right there. I love this. 3 of Wands, that's saying that there is this part of you that, new things are brewing. New things are coming. You're seeing the things that that can come to fruition. And all of this is all this potential that is so great. The 3 of Wands, this is, I call it the green light card. He's ready to go. He's ready to go. He's ready to explore. He's ready to go mingle, meet people, go see what's out there, import, export, anything he wants, all right, with his passions. Remember, they're wants. So even creativity, having these creative ideas, moving forward with those. And wands are very career related. So something with career could be, something that you're looking into changing in your life. Okay. But this is going to help you grow and advance. And there's a lot of self-discovery with the 3 of Wands as well. So moving into this new chapter in your life to really have, have a lot of, self-discovery for yourself and really get to know who you are as well. Let's get to your stuff. Oh my goodness, Pisces. Oh, wow. If you like this reading, by the way, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's what your week's been like. And I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. All right. So wow. That's very interesting. Very interesting. You are wow. All right. So you're going to be good. And I say that, well, okay. So you got the 3 of Swords. Okay. So yes, there is going to be something that you need to let go. And it may be that, the thing that you're holding on to could be an emotion. It could be something that, could have happened in the past that had an emotional impact on you. And it may be something that you're really holding on to still. But remember, I say it all the time. Emotions are neutral, right? They're neutral. It's the actions that you take toward emotions that it's energy, right? It's energy. It puts that energy in motion. And so you want to do it in a way where you're healing, all right? And you're moving forward. So this is just saying that there could be something that you may have to do some emotional healing. It could be something that really does help clarity. Remember, at the end of the day, even though we call this like the heartbreak card, it's still a sword suit. All right. Swords up here. Okay. Up here. And so, there is some healing that you may do. The other thing is, if there is, let me just emphasize one more time the escapism part, okay? The escapism part of what's happening this week. All right, especially with Neptune being your ruler and in your sign, and I say that because you have the Devil and the Three of Swords down here, but then you have the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Wands. So there is possibly like you're ready to go, you're ready to move forward, but like deep down inside, there's still something holding you back. So that's why you really want to go deep and really, really explore and trust your intuition. It really does make a big difference. Okay. So let's keep going. You also got the moon. Now, if you remember correctly, in the heart of your spread last week, all right, now it's in your external factors area. So it's really interesting. Remember, the moon in tarot is attributed to you, all right, Pisces, to you. So there really could be something, again, still like causing you a little bit of, but a lot of it may be about your future and maybe fears about your future. Let me remind you, fear is fiction. Okay, so there's speaking of Saturn being very active this week with these Saturn squares. Remember, they're building up these little walls, and it's up to you to break through them. All right, I even made the analogy last week. It's like quicksand, but it's not. You're like knee deep. All right, you can continue moving forward, but you're wearing this backpack that got a lot of stuff in it, so you got to just remove things from the backpack, and then you're going to be fine. But this is, now saying that there is possibly some things that you have built, even like ideas or, thoughts or just these structures in your life that this is the week that you may have to break through them, okay? Because they could be creating some things that are illusions about your future that are so not true, because you have this amazing, wonderful path, this path to enlightenment that is all there, but they could just be like a little obscured with these squares that are just, and then the Neptune fog that happens. So just keep that in mind. Remember, I said the main thing is trusting your intuition. That's going to make all the difference. Now, you also have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, there is a decision some of y'all want to make. There is a decision some of y'all want to make. Some of y'all may be fearing some of the, well, I wouldn't even say fearing, but like maybe just, something about your future where it could be something that is preventing you. It's almost like you just don't, it's like some things that it's almost like you don't want to take risks, or there's a lot of energy that you may have put into something from the past, and it's hard for you to let that go. But remember, change is the only constant in the world. All right. So it's preparing yourself for these new changes. And I'm not saying that you have to like cut one thing completely. You have to trust your intuition on what you need to do. Okay. Every Pisces is very different, but trust your intuition, but at least take that pause, like he's doing, to see what you want, moving forward, what makes sense for you. And then lastly, you got Temperance again. All right. And your external factors last time as a clarifier, now in your final outcome. So you still got this archangel over you, watching you, saying everything's going to be fine. What you need to do though is trust in the universe, trust in me, trust in yourself. That's all it's saying, okay? Don't, have these ideas that may be blocking you, if they are, or emotions that may be blocking you, obscuring your path. Again, Neptune's going to do that this week, all right? This is a card where it's saying, listen, everyone's on a path and everyone's going to get there. Some roads are a little bit longer than others. All the paths are windy, they're curvy, but you're going to get there, all right? You're going to get there. I'm going to make sure that you get there. Just have that, you see the archangel's foot in the water, foot in the land. It's almost like, it's like unconscious, it's what's possible. So it's almost like, the merging of what's possible and what's real, and knowing that for yourself. But again, this, temperance literally means like self-restraint. So just being in the moment, being aware in the moment, and knowing that everything's going to work out for you. And if you are having concerns about your future, instead of having concerns about your future, think about when you get to the finish line, and you will, think about how good that will feel. All right. So it's all about your mindset. It's all about your, we can talk about emotional emotional vibrational frequencies all day long, but you are definitely going to be, and I'll do one more clarifier for you. You're going to be fine. With the Queen of Pentacles here now, clarifying temperance. So yeah, you're on this path. Queen of Pentacles is really amazing. Not only is Queen of Pentacles Capricorn, which rules your 11th house of hopes and wishes and dreams. And there's the full moon in Capricorn next week. But this is someone who is the richest queen. And there is a lot of wealth in this card, but she has this maternal side. She takes care of people with her wealth. But she has resources to do it. And she's very selfless, which is what I love about the Queen of Pentacles. All right. It's just like if you, for instance, if there was someone who, needed new socks or, a new car, this is the person, the Queen of Pentacles. She's like, oh, you need new socks? I got you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So, this is someone who has the resources to build the world that they want to live in. Okay. And that is a lot. Pentacles are your physical reality as well, but also that spiritual wealth. Don't forget that. That's like a key thing this week. But yeah, you're good. You're moving in the right direction. There may be something that is holding you back, but you need to recognize what that is. And if there is something there that you feel like you don't want to bring into this next cycle, it really is. It's time to just cut it from your life. Cut it from your life because you're going to be fine. All right, Pisces, thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on. And next week, as I said, we have that full moon in Capricorn, but we have a huge shift into Cancer season, and you're going to love that. Because Cancer season for you is big, all right? And it's not just Cancer season. It's Venus moving into Cancer. It's Mercury moving into Cancer. It's a lot of Cancer energy. You're going to love that, Pisces. That's one for the books. All right, so thanks so much, Pisces. I'll see you next week. All right, bye-bye.